And after that interview with Julian Schenk, creating a big upset, beating number 2 seed in the tournament, Li Shuirui, we're back here at court number 2 with a match between the yellow shirts, Liu Yinggu and Chan Peng Song from Malaysia, seeded 5 in this tournament, and they're up against the Indonesian side of M.Rijal and D.Susanto. Both pairs defeated Danish opposition yesterday. The Malaysians was a bit lucky with the 3-set victory against Anders Christiansen and Julia Holman. Malaysians didn't really get that game going until late in the second game, but that was good enough to take the last 2 games. And the Indonesians broke the heart of many of the spectators here in Odense when they beat the Danish Olympic bronze medalist Joachim Fischer Pedersen and Joachim Fischer Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. Oh, what a fantastic rally here. Defense and offense changed a number of times. Before the Malaysian side finally killing it. Sometimes we see that when you're really close to losing, then the day after you play a little bit more freely, surviving the scare, and that's the case. That could be the case for the Malaysian side of Chan and Go. Controlling the first part of the game here. Doing well in the service situation. Excellent shot by Rijal. Broke a string in his racket while executing the smash.
Steen, 3 times after they met, those 2 pairings there. 2 victories for the Indonesian, 1 for the Malaysian. should we think about that during this game?
Sorry, Rasmus, I wasn't really paying attention to you because the net almost fell down on one of the adjacent courts. So I wasn't paying attention to you, and I didn't hear your question. It's the match with Simon Neval and Tine Baun, who's just commenced, and the net is significantly lower than it should be.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's a good thing, making it easier for the players to make some attacking shots.
Or although they should just play like tennis, if they can't get it over.
Let's move at least my concentration back here to court 2.
Yeah, Sten, I was asking, should we have it mentioned that the Indonesians have won 2 out of 3 games against the Malaysians until now?
Yeah, it depends a little bit. I'm not sure who won the last game and in which.
The Malaysian did in Indonesia.
In Indonesia.
Just before the Olympics.
Yeah. And the Indonesians weren't going to the Olympics, so not necessarily any significance in that, but they're off to a good start here. But I also must say that yesterday I was a bit impressed by the Indonesian pairings of Rijal and Susanto. I think they're a bit improved since I saw them last time. Service fall called here on D.Susanto. I think a big issue here is which of the 2 girls is able to take the net, is able to dominate the front court.
Yeah, and we saw Go yesterday against Anders Christiansen and Julie Holman from Denmark, and during the game she got better and better Go on the net.
Yes, exactly.
So. And one of the opponents of Go and Chan in this tournament has been Danish Anders Christiansen and Julie Holman. And Anders, welcome to you in the commentator's box. You were dropping by for watching some badminton, and now you're here in the box. Thanks for stopping by. Anders, you played the Malaysian yesterday. How was it to play against those 2?
Well, of course, it was an exciting match for us. It was a good test for us playing against one of the top 5 pairs in the world. So it was a really good test for us, and yeah, they played well, and it's a really difficult pair to beat. So it was a really good test for us.
But you were very close, you and Julie, and I talked to you after yesterday afternoon, and you were very disappointed. Yeah. Of course you were. How are you today? When you think about it, it's a top 5 pair.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy about our performance yesterday, but I'm actually still a little bit disappointed about my own performance, like individually, because I felt I could have maybe have played 15% better around. So I'm still a little bit disappointed about my own performance because I felt I could have given maybe a little bit more, hit a little bit higher level. So I'm actually still a little bit disappointed, but. it's difficult to be really disappointed when you come that close to beating one of the best pairs in the world, and you just started playing mixed doubles. So
yeah, it's your first tournament, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and 2 quarterfinals in your Super Series, maybe not that strong Super Series compared to the Premier Series, and the second round, and almost beating a top 5 pair. That must be okay.
Yeah, of course we can't complain. I mean, it's been good 3 tournaments for us. It's been really good start for our partnership, and we're happy about our development and the way we are proceeding. So it's gonna be exciting for us right now, and we work hard at practice, and we hope to get better every day.
What's your next goal for you and Jolie?
Well, we have French Open next week and Bitburger the week after. So. But I mean, our goal right now is just to improve, just keep focus on the process of our partnership, and not focus too much on the results, but focus on our game and see if it goes in the right direction. So.
And Anders, we can see that the two Malaysians are 2 points in charge. What are their forces as a mixed double pairs? The two Malaysians.
Well, I think. The Malaysian girl, she's really good at controlling the net. When she is serving, it's difficult to get the shuttle by her, and she's really good at just keeping the net all the time and making the opponent lift. And the Malaysian guy is really good at doing a lot of variation from the baseline and keeping the attack. So it's difficult when she's serving in particular.
And what are their weaknesses? There must be some spots where you can give some advice for the pairs who struggles about a pairing like this.
Yeah, I mean it's really about keeping your composure and keeping the net as much as you can. If you get the Malaysian pair to lift, you have a good chance because they're not that good on defense. So that's the key. Definitely the key for me and Julie yesterday was to get them to lift. But in some parts of the game, it was difficult.
They're leading 3 points. Anders, do you think they can make it through to the semifinals, the 2?
Yeah, I definitely think they can. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of mixed doubles yet, so I don't know the Indonesians that well, but I think they have a really good chance today, and it looks like they are. I mean, first game yesterday against us, they were a little bit lacking, I think, mentally in their focus. Today, it seems like they're ready to go from the beginning.
So they can. We shall expect them to perform well.
I think so.
Anders, thanks for stopping by. That was great, and have a nice trip to Paris for next week, and Germany the next week after you are traveling the world around for playing mixed doubles now.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, Anders.
Thank you.
A 16-12 for Jan and Go against M.Rijal and D.Susanto. Steen Pedersen, you're back next to me. Malaysia have we talked a bit about it yesterday. About they've had some players getting into the big scene now, among others Chan and Go. What's the future, what do you think, for badminton in Malaysia? We have Kian Kiat Koa and Byun Hong Tan, who plays the men's doubles. We have Lee Chung Wei. They are all kind of old players, so to speak. And I don't think that we see that many young players from Malaysia right now.
No, there's some discussions going on in Malaysia at the moment. I know they're looking to hire a sports director or a chief coach, coaching director, and Park Ju-bong's name has been mentioned. Japanese national coach right now. He's been in Malaysia before, and it seems that the Malaysian association has realized that the young players are not doing as well as they hoped they would. However, I must say that the young Malaysian men's singles players have played quite well in this tournament.
Yeah. A short update from Court 1. If some of you are thinking the support of the Danish audience, try to support Tine Baun, who is playing against Saina Nehwal. Nehwal leading with 16-6 in the first game. And we have picked the winner of the book from Peter Gade. And the book goes in direction of Copenhagen to Albert Navarro. Albert is writing that his best memory with Peter Gade is from the last World Championships, where Peter get into his knee on court after defeating Chen Minh Nguyen from Vietnam in the quarterfinal. And Albert is writing, it was a thrilling match where we were very close to, he was very close to lose, and he was showing that he was exhausted during the third set. As the commentators of the match said, mind over matter. And Sten, I suppose that you remember the same match as well, the quarterfinal against Nguyen from last year.
No, I actually didn't see the match.
You didn't?
No.
I did, and there was a thrilling moment as Albert is writing to us. Albert, congratulations with your new book. It's signed from Peter, of course, and we will ship it to you when the tournament is over. And hopefully you'll have some hours of good reading in the next week that will come to you. Thanks for all of your mails on the quiz from of the book of Peter Gade. And 21-15 for the Malaysians in the first games. I'm not very surprised. They've just been better.
Yeah, it seems
they've been controlling.
They've been better at. They've been better in the defense. They've been better at changing defense to offense compared to the Indonesians. M.Rijal haven't really been able to create some opportunities for D.Susanto at the net. So quite a convincing victory here in the first game.
And Sten, I know that you have had an eye also on court number 1, Tine Baun against Saina Nehwal. Saina Nehwal from India, in the first game 21-10. What's going on that court?
Well, like you said, I just had a half an eye on that court, and we must say that Saina has exactly the correct game plan against Tine, and she's been totally controlling that game. Tine not being able to do anything about it, struggling from the beginning, and I don't actually see that change in the second game here. Even though I'd love to see it change and Tine force a decider and eventually winning the match. It just seems that she's got an iron grip on the Dane. So probably Juliana Schenk, the only European woman in the semi-final tomorrow, if Tine Baun is not able to change things around here. And it was announced, of course, before this tournament that Tine was quitting after the All England. If we just stay a little bit on that match, and I'm not a big fan of announcing when to quit, because a lot of times it seems like people more or less quit when they say they're going to quit, even though it's in the future. And we've seen it happen to many players. We've seen it happen to Camilla Martin. We've seen it happen to Peter Gade, which is the players I know. Of course, I don't know what the foreign players, how they handle their end of career situations.
So you should take the clean cut as a player, in your opinion, or what?
Yes. Thomas Stolausen did that after the Worlds in '99. No one had a clue, and after he was beat in the quarterfinal, he said this was his last tournament, and he packed his bags and went home.
And that was the right thing to do, and the right way to do it.
For him it was. Good net play here by Liu Yonggo.
Yeah, and she has been controlling the net almost every time we have seen her on the court. And what is it that she can? What is it that she's so good at?
Yeah, but she has a good touch at the net and a good eye for the game. Excellent play here by Chan Peng-soon. Down the tunnel between the two players.
And thanks for listening to the commentary from the box. If you are sitting in the sports center, we have a special prize for you. Special kind of quiz for you if you would like to be a part of it. The first one who comes to the commentary box gets the shirt of Mads Conrad Petersen. So if you're listening on 95.3 megahertz here in the sports center, go to the commentators box, and if you are the first, you are the winner of the shirt of Mads Conrad Petersen.
Again, we see the Malaysians controlling the rallies, taking a 7-3 lead here in the second game.
Yeah, and it seems like that M.Rijal hasn't got into that game at all since the interval. Okay, actually good return from him here.
Yeah, that was 100% aggression, 100% chance to take.
Very high on the net.
Yeah, and making a deception as well, Liu Yonggo. really, really alert.
Oh, good idea though for Ying.
See that D.Susanto isn't that much into the game. She's moving away from the shuttle. So it's only in really clear attacking situations or in the defense that she's actually involved in the game. Otherwise, it's Ying controlling it at the moment. And the Indonesians, they need to come up with a plan to change that.
Yeah, and how should they change it?
I think I'll try to move Ying away from the net a bit more, flicking her.
As they did on Susanto on this one.
Yeah. Once again, we see that the Indonesians doesn't get anything out of the attacking situation. The Malaysians are able to change it around and actually counter-attack and win the point quite easily.
A 5-point lead once again, and I'm happy I'm not the expert, because now I'm asking you, how is it even possible for the two Indonesians to turn this match around? Because I can't see how they should do it.
Yeah, it's possible, but they can't keep on doing the same thing they've done so far. They need to change something rather drastic in the game. And I hope that they've discussed how are we going to win from attacking positions. They need to come up with a plan for their attack. Once again, we see the efficient flick serve.
12-6 for Gan, Chan and Go.
There we saw the situation Anders Christiansen complained about yesterday, that Chan Peng Soon is holding the shuttle behind Ying when he's serving, so it's very, very hard for the opponent to see the shuttle.
Yeah, and that's not legal, isn't it?
I'm actually not sure whether it's legal or not. The way I see it, it should be illegal. I mean, you should be able to see the shuttle you're going to return.
Det er jo her, hvor Peter Gade kan tage afsked med den internationale badminton-scene i selskab med blandt andre Lindan. Så op med hænderne, og så er der drikkedum.
A small event in the hall at the moment. We have a sponsor throwing out bottles. And I was not actually listening to all of it, but it was something to do with the tickets for Copenhagen Masters, I guess, wasn't it?
I wasn't listening either.
For the last match from Peter Gade against Lindan. A lot of small events going on in good affection for M.Rijal.
15-7, and it looks like the Malaysians are on cruise control.
Yeah.
To victory.
Figure for M.Rijal. And he has a good arm when he's swinging like that, but he hasn't been trying, and he hasn't been seeking the smashes opportunities in my opinion in this game.
Yeah, he needs to try different types of smashes. This one was a bit high. And that was working. Oh, called out.
4 points to go for Chan and goal. Only 31 minutes played in this quarterfinal. And we have had some fast matches today. Steen, we have also had some very long matches the other days. And why is that?
Yeah, I think it's coincidence. The matches are a bit shorter today.
Fine smash by Peng Chan. White from goal.
And still 10 match points left, and I have to say it's a surprisingly easy win for the Malaysians.
It is.
Especially when you take into account the kind of trouble they were in against Anders Christensen and Julie Haumann.
And I can't stop thinking that if Anders and Julie had beaten those two Malaysians, how would it had ended up today? And the funny thing is that their opponents for tomorrow's semi-final will find in our last match on court number 2, Chan and Go from Malaysia, ready for the semi-finals. 21-15, 21-11 against M.Rijal and D.Susanto. Our last match for tonight, Cheng Su Majin from China against Robert Matusiak, Nadia Stasiba from Poland. It will be in a short while, and we'll be ready to give you the last match from Friday's schedule from Yonex Denmark Open.